When you lay your head down at night, are you unable to fall asleep due to racing thoughts? Well, this is very common, especially for highly sensitive people, or what we could abbreviate as HSPs, like myself. So if your answer is yes, you're not alone. So in this video, I want to give you the one secret that I have for you to falling asleep that no one tells you about. My name is DeLorean Mars, and I am a life coach, and I help stressed out, highly sensitive people, or HSPs, to adopt a lifestyle that better suits their personality. So let me guess if this is how your day typically goes. You're rushing in the morning to get the kids ready, get the kids up and ready for school. You rush out of the house to go to work. Your mind is occupied all day with the madness of your soul-sucking job and your horrible boss. Your lunch break is usually spent either nipping at bits and pieces here and there at your desk, or you're mindlessly scrolling Facebook in an attempt to veg out or get your mind off of it all. You head home from work and you dive right into the kids' homework. You dive right into making dinner, tidying up the house, getting the kids to bed at a decent hour. And then this is your chance to try to calm everything down from the day, and you reach for the TV remote and you turn on your favorite bingey show and watch episode after episode in an attempt to veg out in front of the TV. Or if you're an introvert like me, you may dive into your favorite current book. So here comes bedtime. Bedtime rolls around and you do all the bedtime things that everybody tells you that's supposed to help with insomnia, such as dimming your lights and reading a book, or all the things. You're doing all those things. You may even take pills such as melatonin that that are supposed to help you sleep. And then you pray and hope that tonight's going to be the night where all of this stuff actually works. And then you turn off the lights and you lay down. You've got your nice and cozy bed, and here come all the thoughts. Everything in the world. You're thinking of all the things you shoulda, coulda, woulda done in the past. You're thinking of everything that happened today at work. You're thinking of everything you have to do tomorrow. Here come all the thoughts, and you're trying to just fall asleep. So here's the secret. The secret to falling to sleep that no one tells you about, and this is especially important for highly sensitive people. In a nutshell, our minds need time to process our thoughts. That's it. Our minds need time to process our thoughts. Let me explain to you what I mean. So if during the day you never give your mind time to just think, then the second you do give it time, which is laying down in the bed where it's nice and quiet and warm and cozy and dark, then your brain will always take that chance to process all the pent up stuff that you've been telling it not to think about all day long. So all the things that you forced it to ignore because you were super busy, or all the emotions that you didn't really want to feel, so you kind of push them away because you're trying to stay busy. Well, here's the thing. Your brain doesn't ignore it. You may be trying to ignore it, but your brain won't ignore it. It stores it and waits for a quiet moment to allow itself to process. So according to your brain, quiet bedtime is the perfect time for this. So let's think back to your day, the day that I just explained. When exactly did you even give your brain a moment to process any thoughts? Maybe on your commute home, you could say, but even then, I'm going to guess that you had something like music playing, or a podcast, or an audiobook, or something that you were listening to, right? Well, that doesn't really count. You're still not really giving just some quiet space for your mind to just process thoughts. So I even had this issue when I was as a stay-at-home mom, especially of young kids. I felt like there was never a minute of peace, ever. Like seriously, my kids are always needing something. It's mama, mama, mama all day long. Even if I, park them in front of a screen, my brain still didn't even get a moment to process thoughts, because that was my chance in my eyes to take care of some chore that needs to be done, or go fold some laundry, or do whatever the things that I have to do to keep my household running. So then I'd finally crash in the bed, and here come all my thoughts. I couldn't fall asleep until it was super late, and then I would wake up the next morning totally exhausted and grumpy and irritable, just to do it all over again, and I've never ever felt fully rested. So as a highly sensitive person myself, I think a lot, and most highly sensitive people can say the same thing. Our minds are constantly thinking. And HSPs tend to we have very deep thoughts about a lot of things, and we have very strong emotions about even more things, and it can be positive or negative things. I mean, we have strong emotions and thoughts about everything. And this is one of our personality traits that's actually amazing about us. However, HSPs especially need time during the day to allow ourselves to allow our brains to process all of these thoughts and emotions, um, things that have happened throughout the day. We need to allow time for our mind to just process instead of waiting until the very end of the day, which is nighttime when we're ready to go to bed. um, waiting until the end of the day when your head hits the pillow will mean that you'll get this massive wave of things that have happened, or thoughts, that their emotions and everything that has happened during the day. You'll get this huge wave of it, that you've been trying to put on hold. You'll get this huge wave of it when you lay down in bed at night. So it's not really fun when you're trying to fall asleep. Also, HSPs we're stimulated quite easily. So this can include things like temperature that really can affect us, noise, textures, our direct environment, the people in our environment. And all of this stimulation can keep us wound up, and sometimes it can even cause stress and anxiety. And the combination of all of this can really make it hard to relax ourselves and fall asleep. So therefore, decompression time, and time for thought processing is crucial for HSPs. And it can also be important for introverts, which I'm also an introvert. So it can also be important for introverts who must incorporate decompression time throughout their day. So here's that tip. For your brain's sake, just stop. Take time during the day to just stop. Just stop and let the mind wander. Let the thoughts run wild. Don't try to figure anything out. Just stop, sit in a silent moment, and just let your brain go. You could even set a timer, because, let's be honest, if your brain goes too long, you can sit there in deep thought for a really long time, and then you're just not getting anything done. So you could even set a timer for, something like 5 minutes. And before you say something like, and this is what most people say to me, before you say something like, I don't have time to just stop, yes, you do. Yes, you do. You have time to just stop. 5 minutes of thought processing and grounding a few times a day is not going to make or break your day, I promise. And if anything, it's going to make your day and night much better, because you'll stop feeling so mentally exhausted and have all this bottled up thoughts and emotions dumped all over your head later tonight when you're trying to fall asleep. So you have to remind yourself that you're not a robot. I know we try to do all the things, but we are human and we're not robots, and we do have to take mental breaks. And honestly, once I discovered this trick, I guess you could call it, of just allowing my brain to just think during the day, during daytime hours, it has truly helped me be able to get those thoughts and emotions and things processed in my mind out of my head long before I actually hit the pillow, or long before I actually go to lay down and just relax. So one last thought, journaling helps a lot. I know everybody tells you to journal, and a lot of people don't want to, but let me tell you, journaling really does help. At the end of the day, you can write down your lingering thoughts into a journal. Personally, I don't really like writing in a physical journal. I used to years ago, but lately, I don't know why, I just don't, that's not my thing. So what I do is I type it all out into an Evernote, which is just a free note-taking app that you can have on your phone or computer. And I just sit there and I just, whatever is in my head, it could be scattered, I just type it all out. So, all those thoughts that are just, it could be like utter chaos going on in my head, and I type it out just like that. None of it even makes, some of it doesn't even make sense, some of it does make sense, doesn't matter, just type. You're not trying to write an essay, no one else is going to see it, you're not going to be critiqued, just write. So changing this habit of pushing the thoughts away during the day, to allowing your mind to have those thoughts during the day and give it a chance to process it, this has been a game changer for me. And it can be hard, though. It's hard to break that mental habit that you may have that is like, oh, I don't want to think about that, or I don't have time to think about that, and you try to push it away. But if you just stick to it and give yourself grace and kindness, because it is a mental habit that you're going to have to try to break, be kind to yourself, know that you're trying, and you will start to notice a difference in your ability to fall asleep. So I'd like to hear your thoughts on this. Comment your takeaway of this video and let me know, what did you find helpful? Has this not allowing your thoughts to just stop and process? Is this something that you struggle with during the day? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Bye.